Hello, everyone. Dr. Tohid here once again with another interesting session, a live session, and just stay tuned. As you know, I will first make sure everyone joins this session, and we are going to have a wonderful live question answer session today. So ask me any question. Okay, and be ready with the questions. Be ready with a notebook or a journal to write the answers of your questions. And just give me a minute. Okay, be ready. And we are going to have an amazing session today. I'm waiting for all of you to join. And whoever comes here, please feel free to ask any questions. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you. So today we'll talk about every possible question that is bothering you about research and also about the training, of course, for the new admissions. We'll talk about the training as well. And topic selection is something that is bothering too many of you, right? And I wanted to discuss that last week, but I couldn't do that because we had so many other questions and we did not have time to discuss topic selection. But today we will do that. And thank you for joining. And when you come and join, please do type your name, do say hi. So I'm here, so that I know you are here. Say I'm here or something like that. Something like that. So Chandani, or and Ahmed Hubble, Asma, thank you for joining. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it for joining. And be ready with the questions and concerns. Thank you, Imran. Thanks a lot. Thank you. So are you guys ready with the question? So we will start. Hi, Nusha. Nusha, I will ask all of you one by one. Okay, we will counter everyone's questions one by one. I want to make sure that nobody is ignored. Nobody is ignored, and everyone's questions are answered. Okay. Hi, Alina. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Fiba, thanks a lot. Thank you, Fiba, for joining us. Okay, so we are all set. Just one last few seconds, okay? Last few seconds. I will be all set. Are you guys ready with the questions? So let's start with Ahmed Hubble today. Ahmed, any questions? Yes, that's what we are going to discuss, okay? The schedule and everything. Don't worry about it. That's what we are going to discuss, and we are going to discuss everything in detail. I'm not running away. I'm here for at least an hour. I want to make sure that you guys have the best experience ever because of this training. Okay, so let's talk about this. So I have already greeted Chandani, Ahmed, Habul, Asma, and who is in? Oh, it's Naga. Hi Naga, how are you? Nusha, Fiba, Alina, Tarun, thank you Tarun. Shrinkala, thank you. Gaurav, thanks a lot for joining us, Gaurav. And Anjana, I will answer your question. And Ravi, thank you. Asma, thanks a lot once again. And Venkatesh, and so let's ask let's handle the questions. First of all, we start with Ahmed Habel. Okay, Ahmed, you have a question for reference table has to be in the same sequence as reference list in the absolutely. If you are creating a table of some studies, then keep them in the sequence of the references. Just looks organized and better. It looks organized and better. Okay. So, any other question or concern? Okay, Anjana, you said you want to know the schedule. So, yes, congratulations to all the new admissions. You have been added to your group, and you will be introduced with your mentor before this weekend, and your classes will begin this weekend. So, just stay tuned and be patient. Okay. And for all of those who joined last week and the week before, remember you guys set a target of 7 weeks. Complete your paper in 7 weeks. Now, the question is, can you do that? Absolutely. Have other people done it? Absolutely. If other people can do it, you can do it. Remember, the key is selecting the topic that you're passionate about. If you choose something that is not in your interest, that is not related to your interest, that's the better word to say. If you have selected a topic that you don't love, that you don't like, then you will not be able to finish your paper. Then you will not be able to finish your paper fast. You may be able to finish it, but it will take time. And remember, the quality of the paper is determined by the passion you have about that subject. So that's the most important thing. Okay, so now we have discussed this, and Ahmed Habel has asked his question. Chandani, or your questions, any question, any concern that is bothering you. Where is your paper so far? What is your topic, and where are you by in terms of your topic? Where exactly do you stand? In fact, send me the text message about your topic. Don't write the topic here. I don't want everyone else to outsiders to see your, because this is public. This session is public, and I don't want everyone else to see your topic. Only the enrolled students can see your topic. Send me a text message. We'll discuss if that topic is good. Or you can do that later on. I can delete it. Okay. So ask me any question. Where exactly do you stand? Okay, I'm checking the text. What is the topic? Let's see. How good is your topic? Hmm. Hmm. Pretty common. Pretty common. Okay. Okay. If you want to do that. Now remember guys, let's say you have a topic, for example. Let's say this is very important about topic selection. First of all, choose something that is close to your heart, something that you are passionate about, or something you have seen very closely with your own problem, or with any family member's problem, or any friend's problem. Something that is very very close to you. For example, some people have cancers in their family, some particular cancers. So that cancer can be a great source of motivation for them, because that they know already about that disease, they have studied about that disease already, and they now want to explore more about that condition. It is a subconscious, it's a very common phenomena. We all want to do that when we have a family member affected by any of the diseases. So that is also a way to select a topic. But remember, let me give you an example. When I was writing my first paper, it was about technology and medicine, the use of technology in medicine. And that topic, I never liked that topic. So I couldn't complete that paper on time. Forget about completing on time. I never completed that paper, never completed that topic. But after 6 months of that project, I started working on another paper that was about my specialty, psychiatry, medicine, oh, sorry, psychiatry, psychology, neuroscience. So I completed that paper in less than a month. And that paper became a very, very good paper of very high quality. And we published it in one of the renowned journals. So not renowned journals, but a PubMed index journal. Yes, that was the one that was published in the, not the best journal, but a good journal. So still I managed to complete it. I managed to publish it. How did I do that? I did that because I was passionate about it. And I spoke with my mentor about this, that how come I completed this paper really fast and I couldn't complete that project initially. And the one that you gave me, I couldn't complete that on time. He said, because you don't love it. Simple answer is you don't love it. You have to start working on something you love the most. You cannot write or do something that you do not love. This is extremely important. Okay? So that's important to understand, that you should choose a topic that you are passionate about, you love the most, something that is more than love for you. What particular subject in the whole medicine you are that passionate about, that you're always talking about it, you're always thinking about it, you're always discussing it, you're always reading about it, you're always engaged in that topic. If there is something like that, then that means you have hit a jackpot. That means you have identified your passion. Very few people in their lifetime identify their passion, and I want all of my students to do it. Remember, how do you identify your passion? First of all, you have to be serious about your life, serious about your future, and serious about identifying your passion. Are you serious about it? Are you serious about it? That's the question. You need to be very, very serious about selecting your passion, finding your passion. So how do you identify? It's inside. It's not like selecting, actually. The real word should be finding yourself. How do you find yourself? Remember, you have to be very serious about it. First of all, remember, the answer of this question, that who am I, is not given to those people who are non-serious, who are jokers. The answer of this question is given to somebody who is serious about his life, who is serious about his future, who is serious about his own self. So be serious. Be serious. Life is not a matter of jokes and laughing. Life is a serious matter. So once you are serious, you will be able to find who you are, what you're passionate about. Now, medicine has so many specialties, and we are blessed with this field. Actually, every field has this kind of blessing, that you have so many subcomponents that you can identify your passion. Now, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. In medicine, you have, in the whole field of medicine, you have pediatrics. So maybe you are passionate about pediatrics. Are you really crazy about pediatrics? Are you continuously reading the Nelson's book of pediatrics? Are you continuously reading that book? If the answer is no, then you are not a pediatrician. You have to be that kind of doctor before you become that doctor. Only then you will become that doctor in real life. Are you interested in neurology? Are you passionate about neurology? Are you always thinking about neurology? Are you always talking about neurology? Are you always thinking about neurology? Are you always discussing neurology? Are you always reading about neurology? Are you always seeing TV shows, documentaries, or YouTube documentaries about neurology and human brain? Then you are a neurologist or a psychiatrist. That means you are born to do this. The biggest blessing is the boredom. You know that? Yes, the biggest blessing in this world is the boredom. Boredom means that you are not born to do this. If something makes you lazy, and you feel bored, and you have the feeling of that boredom, you don't enjoy that particular thing, this is an indication by nature that please, this is not for you, move and do something else. This boredom I had with cardiology, this boredom I had with surgery. So I knew this was not for me. And medicine has so many branches. It has, now just look at the internal medicine field, just internal medicine: cardiology, endocrinology, gastroenterology, rheumatology, so many things. You could be passionate about any of those fields, and you could be passionate about one particular disease, maybe just thyroid hyperthyroidism, maybe thyrotoxicosis, maybe you are just passionate about hypothyroidism, maybe you're just passionate about diabetes. What exactly are you passionate about? One particular disease. Are you passionate about one particular disease? Like I was passionate about human brain, anything related to human brain I'm passionate about. But if you ask me what is the most loving thing for me in the field of neurology and psychiatry and all of that, and I think that is DID, dissociative identity disorder. And I became a lifelong student of DID. Yes, that's my passion. So even although I am a clinician of drug addiction treatment, certified in drug addiction treatment, but if you ask me, I'm more passionate about DID. That's what I believe. That's why my new book on DID is coming this year by Springer Publisher. You're almost done. You guys will see that book very soon. So all of that happens. All of that happens because of passion, the success, the achievements, anything you want to achieve in your life is directly related to and proportional to the level of passion you have about that field. So are you passionate about general surgery this much? Are you passionate about pediatrics, about gynecology and ops? Or you just want to be a gynecologist because your mother was a gynecologist, your father was a gynecologist, you just want to do that? Or you really, really love it? And what are the signs of falling in love with a particular field? You you will know more than others about that field already. You don't know how. The funny thing is, you don't know how you know about this, but you will automatically know more about it. You don't know how I know about this, but you will know about it. You don't know why I know about it, but you will know about it. You will not even remember reading a book on that subject, because you're so passionate about it that automatically your mind goes over there. Whenever you see anyone talking about it, you hear anyone talking about it, you see any TV show about it, you see any documentary about it, you see any YouTube video about it, you don't realize, but you are gaining more knowledge than others in that field. So is there a subject in which you score higher even without studying? Is there a subject that in which you feel you haven't studied anything but you're scoring higher than others? Is there a subject that you always score higher? That's a sign of your passion. So your paper topic should be related to something like that, that you are already good at. This is a sign of nature that you love it. So if cardiology is that field, that means nature has chosen you to be a cardiologist. Most people choose cardiology because they think that it will make them money, and they want to impress their relatives, their neighbors, their friends. Oh, I'm a cardiologist. Guys, remember, if you choose field because of money, you will not make money. You will be burned out. You will be a bad cardiologist. Do you really love cardiology? Only then go into cardiology. Do you really love pathology? Only then become a pathologist. Do you really love psychiatry? Only then become psychiatrist. and then money will run after you. People say that, oh, psychiatrists and family medicine physicians make lesser money. No, not true. People who choose psychiatry and family medicine not because of passion but because of something else, they are the ones who don't make enough money, and they eventually burn out and they hate to go to their jobs. You gotta choose the field because you love it the most. Money will run after you, and you may not make $1 million a year like cardiologist or like a dermatologist does, but you will be way more happier, way more satisfied, way more successful, and you will feel accomplished. You will automatically be in top 10% of those clinicians in that field. You will be well known and well renowned. You will have more respect, more recognition, more fame, more popularity, and if you want to find more ways of making money, you can touch a million mark. There are different ways doctors can make money. It doesn't have to be through one job. So never ever choose field because of money. Money will run after you. If you want to make $1 million because of being a psychiatrist, you can do that. If you want to make millions of dollars because of being a family physician, you can do that. There's so many other ways you can increase your income. I'm not talking about the ways of increasing income. I can do that in one of the other sessions. But I'm telling you, there are so many other ways. Remaining with your field, you can still be a millionaire. So don't ever choose a specialty. Don't ever choose a specialty because of money. Because if you do, you will burn out. You will not be a good doctor in that field. You will be burned out and you will hate to wake up, and you will be always in a hurry to go back home. You should live a life like that, that you should be excited. Oh, tomorrow I have my job. Oh, I want to wake up early and get ready so that I can be there where I love the most. I should be doing the thing that I love the most, and then you don't want to go home. You are so much into your profession and passion that you don't want to go home. Is it possible? Absolutely, guys. I am a living example, and there's so many other people I know. They live that kind of life, and that's why success runs after them. People ask me, how did I accomplish so much? Because I just do what I love the most. And when you do something that you love the most, you don't get tired. You cannot get tired of loving something. Think about something that you love the most. Any sports? Painting? Do you ever get tired of painting if you love painting? Do you ever get tired of music if you love music? If you love playing piano, do you get tired of playing piano? No, because you cannot get tired of loving something. Same thing happens with your field. You should choose the profession what you love the most. You should choose the profession that you love the most, and you should choose the topic of your specialty, of your paper, in the specialty that you love the most. Why? Because only then you will not get tired, and you will put more energy, and you will not even realize, and you will enjoy working on your paper. And automatically, when you enjoy your paper, you will produce the greatest quality of paper. Some people don't produce great papers and they stop in the middle. They give up because they chose the wrong specialty and they chose the wrong topic. They never love that topic. Do you love that topic this much that you're always thinking about it? It gives you excitement, the feeling of endorphins, the happy feeling as if you're going on a vacation. Like when I think about dissociative identity disorder, it gives me that kind of enthusiasm, passion, happiness, and relaxed feeling. I just feel so good just by thinking about studying the topic of DID. Similarly, my drug addiction field, I love it. I really, really love it. When I think about reading a book on drug addiction, I just love it. I cannot not do it. Maybe what I'm saying is that DID is a little slight higher than drug addiction for me, but I still love both. I love DID. I can do it nonstop 24 hours. I can do counseling. I can do psychotherapy all day long. I can do psychotherapy for DID patients. I can do group counseling all day long, group psychotherapy. I can study, read the books on drug addiction counseling and drug addiction and alcoholism treatment all day long. I cannot get tired. It gives you more energy instead of getting tired. And same thing with my motivation. When I deliver motivational talks, actually all of this comes under one umbrella. If you see what, now you will understand what I'm saying. All of these, the drug addiction field that I have, the DID that I'm passionate about, the disease, and the motivational and personal development, all of this comes under one umbrella. What is that? Human brain. So technically I'm passionate about human brain. So you realize maybe you are passionate about internal medicine if you like thyroid diseases, and you like rheumatoid arthritis, and you also love reading about Alzheimer's equally. And you, when you think about these diseases, it gives you endorphins. You feel feeling of excitement like you're going on a vacation. That means you are a born internist. You're a born doctor of internal medicine by nature. I wish somebody told me when I was a kid the same philosophy that I'm telling you today. So choose something that you love the most. Think about it. Write down the list of the names of the diseases. Biggest mistake many people do about topic selection is they don't make a list of the fields of medicine and then writing down the names of the diseases. Just type, Google it, the list of diseases in internal medicine. If you don't want to open Kaplan medicine book or first aid book, just write down the list of the diseases in cardiology, and you will have all the possible diseases. Now write them down and think about your topic. Oh, wow, I can write on this topic. And second disease that you're passionate about, maybe hepatology, maybe you're crazy about studying hepatitis. So then, and you are study you're passionate about cardiomyopathies. So now you know that cardiomyopathy and hepatitis, you love both. So maybe you combine them together and you write a paper on cardiomyopathy patients with hepatitis. Cardiomyopathy patients with hepatitis. Now there are different ways you can combine it. A pathophysiological association, how cardiomyopathic patients develop hepatitis, and vice versa, how hepatitis patients develop cardiomyopathy. This is more logical. Wait, I'll answer. Everyone, please, I'll answer. Let me finish this. Now, another way could be that cardiomyopathy patients with hepatitis, if they are taking XYZ medication, what is the outcome? Bring a medication in between. Cardiomyopathy patients who have hepatitis infection, what is the prognosis of their heart disease? Or what is the prognosis of their liver disease? So you go in this direction of prognosis, you go in this direction of diagnosis. If cardiomyopathy patient with hepatitis arrive to an emergency room, then what will be the diagnostic tools that you should use to diagnose the liver problem, and what you should do for the liver treatment or cardiac treatment? So you can combine them together. So you go into the direction of diagnosis, you go into the direction of prevalence. How much is the prevalence of liver problems with hepatitis actually, with cardiomyopathy? What is the prevalence? You focus on prevalence. You can focus on diagnosis. How should you diagnose if a person with cardiomyopathy has liver problems, or XYZ? If a person with hepatitis has liver cardiomyopathy, what should be your diagnostic approach? You can write a paper on that. You can write a paper on prevalence. You can write a paper on incidence. You can write a paper on treatment. How do you treat liver problems in patients with cardiomyopathy? How you can treat patients with cardiomyopathy with liver problems? What medication you should not give to them? What medication should you always give? So don't tell me that, oh, this topic has no topics papers available, I cannot write a paper. Absolutely absurd idea to say that I cannot write a paper and there are not enough papers available, because you're not looking enough. You are not thinking out of the box. You're not thinking in all directions. Prevalence, you can focus on prevalence. You can focus on incidence. You can focus on diagnosis. You can focus on treatment. You can focus on prognosis. You can focus on comorbidity. Now another, bring a third disease. patients with cardiomyopathy who have liver problems, can they have any other comorbidity? Wow. See how many options available? Can they have any other complication? How much should be the follow-up? If a person with cardiomyopathy is on a treatment and he has liver problems, now he has been discharged after treatment, is congestive heart failure. Now, how long should be the follow-up? 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 2 years? And why? Always focus on a why and a how. That's how you select a topic. That's why research teaches you to think. You have to think out of the box. Keep thinking, become a thinker, become a lifelong thinker. Become a lifelong thinker. Think in the direction of prevalence, think in the direction of incidence, think in the direction of diagnosis, think in the direction of treatment, think in the direction of prognosis. See, I'm coming in the sequence. Sequence. Prevalence, incidence, diagnosis, pathophysiology, yes, pathophysiology also. Then treatment or whole management. Next thing could be prognosis, and after prognosis, follow-up. Everything is covered. And in treatment, you add intervention. Now you can have a whole systematic review of adding clinical trials. That these patients who are on this kind of intervention, exercise, running, maybe just water intake, XYZ. See what are the studies available and go in that direction. That will be a paper. Prevalence and incidence, these are the papers. These are least likely to impress a journal. But if it's a systematic review, it will still impress everyone. But if you're writing a traditional review, don't focus on incidence and prevalence, focus on everything else. All of these I mentioned. Are you taking notes? Everyone understands this clearly? How to decide a topic, how to focus on your topic? Choose something you're passionate about and choose something that you're passionate about as a second priority. Combine them together. Now focus on either prognosis, incidence, pathophysiology, treatment, diagnosis, treatment, management, prognosis, follow-up, and intervention. Comparison. Patients with cardiomyopathy who have liver disease compared with patients with cardiomyopathy who have Alzheimer's. Wow. Unbelievable. Learning to think, learning to think. And the more you think, the more ideas you start getting. That means you have grown. And you now know how to find research topic. This is how we do it. Everyone is clear about this? Are you feeling better about the topic selection now? Okay, so now Asma, where exactly is your paper? What exactly are you doing nowadays? Can you tell me exactly? I want to see what is the situation with you. And Nang, your classes will begin this weekend, so stay tuned. But if you want to decide your topic in advance before the classes, that's wonderful. So don't worry about what happened, why I haven't started my classes yet. You will start your classes. You will get all the information on the group, like all other students previously got. And remember, guys, if you are not able to decide a topic, that means you are highly likely not taking responsibility of your project and your paper. You are still thinking to blame somebody else. Remember, there are two kinds of people in this world. The responsible people who take responsibility of everything that is given to them. And they say, no matter what happens, I will finish it. I'm responsible. If I don't finish it, I'm responsible. If I don't succeed, I'm responsible. If I fail, I'm responsible. Only few people in this world take this kind of responsibility. That whatever happens to me, I'm responsible. Whatever has happened to you so far, guys, you are responsible. Whatever you have, you are responsible. Nobody else is responsible for your failures. And nobody else is responsible for your successes. Only you are responsible. So if you don't complete your paper, you are responsible. If you don't come up with a topic, you are responsible. You are failing to take responsibility. And the higher the chances of your publication becomes, the higher percentage of responsibility you take. If you say that you are 90% responsible, then you are going to finish and publish your paper 90% of the time. The chances of your publication are 90%. So many people ask me this question: what are the chances I'll finish my paper? It's about how responsible you are. If your parents have been telling you, if your parents, your siblings, your friends, your teachers have been telling you that, oh wow, you are a very responsible person, that means your publication is 100%. Simple phenomenon. If you have been hearing from your parents, your siblings, your seniors, your teachers that you are an irresponsible person, the chances of your publication are very slim. Until and unless you change your decision that today I change my life and from now onwards I will be known as a responsible person. I take absolute responsibility of everything in my life. Your match, your future is in your hands, guys. That's why we have the lines on our hands. Palmists see these lines, right? Anyone is interested in palmistry? Palmist reads your lines and they tell you a future. What does that mean? Why do we have future in our hands, in our lines, on our palm? Because it means nature is telling you that the future is in your hands. You know, the more responsible you become, the lines change. My lines were different. I have always been interested in palmistry. My lines were different when I was an irresponsible person. I changed my attitude. I changed my attitude. I changed my attitude. Forever, I decided to become a successful person. That I will take absolute responsibility, 1000% responsibility of my life. Everything that happens in my life, I'm responsible. My health, my relationships, my career, my finances, I'm responsible. Nobody's going to help you. Guys, the bad news is there is no Superman coming to help you. You have learned because of your cartoon watching in your in your childhood times. You learned this, that a Superman comes and rescues, a Spider-Man comes and rescues people, Batman comes and rescues people, Captain Planet comes and rescues people. In reality, in real life, you are your Superman, you are your Batman, you are your Spider-Man, you are your Captain Planet, you are your Fantastic Four. Nobody is going to come and rescue you. Only you can help yourself. The bad news is there is no Superman coming to help you in getting residency, in passing the residency interviews, in completing your paper, in getting your paper published. No Superman is coming and take you. Only you will get the guidance from us, what to do, and you have to take an action. If you don't, you will fail. If you do, you will succeed. You are your own Superman. You have to take responsibility. Nobody is coming to help you. Only you have to arrange the fee of your USMLEs and the fee that is needed for the match. Only you have to arrange that. Nobody else will do that. Stop knocking doors of your parents and elders. Take responsibility and decide that I will do it. Get a job. The biggest responsibility you will learn when you will get a job. Can you do USMLEs and all these things with a job? Absolutely. It depends on how responsible you are. Take responsibility. Decide to be absolute responsible. That whatever happens, I'm absolutely responsible for my life. I'm responsible for my career. I'm responsible for my success. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a car. Let's say this is a car, okay? Let's say this is a car, okay? So the car has a damaged engine. The car has a damaged engine. And the car drives like this, jumps because the engine is damaged. So let's say this car talks, and I ask this car, hey car, what happened? What happened? Why you drive like this? The car says, there's a problem in the road. I said, okay, we fixed the road, we refurbished the road, or we made the road again. Now the car is driving and again jumping. He asked, what happened? The car says, because the wind is coming, that's why I'm doing like this. Okay, we stopped the wind, we developed some walls, or we developed a vacuum, and now the wind is gone. Now the car will drive. Now you tell me, will the car drive smooth, or will the car still do the same? Because the problem is in the engine, not on the road, not in the wind, not in the temperature, not in the environment. The problem is in the engine. For so many years of my life, I was like this car. I was blaming everyone else in my life. My situation in life, finances, economy, the country, the government, parents, siblings, friends, enemies. I was blaming everyone else. But I later realized that the problem was with my engine, and my engine is my mind. Oh, I said, wow, it's very difficult to accept our fault. It's very difficult to accept that the problem is in our mind, that we are the problem. So the moment I changed my attitude, I realized that I am the problem. Then now that means I can do something about it. Now I started to learn how to be responsible, how to be successful, and I started to take responsibility that I could in my life. And I became absolutely responsible for everything in my life. I don't even say I'm 100% responsible. I say I'm 1000% responsible of my of CIBNP, my private practice clinic that I conduct, my career, my finance. I'm 1000% responsible. If anything is messed up, it is not happening because of luck or somebody else. It is happening because I was irresponsible. The moment I changed this attitude, my whole life changed. We are responsible for everything that happens in our life. And you will see your palm lines will start to change. Your future will change if you change. If you change your mindset, your future will change. You will all have publications if you just change the mindset and take absolute responsibility. It's 100% publication. It's 100% publication if you take 100% responsibility. Okay, let's see if Asma has any questions. Okay, no questions. Okay, so Rampage, thoughts on doing clinical research associate certification, CCRPS, to boost my resume? Absolutely, I'm of that opinion, guys. You will see, I am that kind of person who always tells people to take courses from different organizations. I'm not that kind of person who will say, oh, don't take any other course because we are CIBNP, or take our courses only. No, take course wherever you can, whatever you can find, because every course you take increases your value. Every course is worthy enough. Wherever you can find, even Udemy courses, Coursera courses, I discussed that previously. The importance of adding diamonds on yourself, your personality. So yes, take that course. Thank you, Halima. Thanks a lot. Now, if someone signed up a year back but wasn't able to do paper due to USMLE exam, can we still absolutely join? And in fact, if you could not complete your classes, I'll add you to a whole new group to get a brand new group so that you can also co-author. But this time, take absolute responsibility of your paper. Remember, under the same circumstances, same course, some people will take responsibility, absolute responsibility, and they will become published all the time. They will say, what a wonderful course CIBNP had. We had everything. We had live classes, we had recorded classes, we had live question answer sessions, we had the videos, we had the app. Guys, lecture notes, ebooks, exercise book. What else are you asking for? There's nothing left that could have been given to you. We have given you everything. Now, if you don't take advantage of this training, that means who is responsible? You are responsible. So successful people who become published author, they always say good things about CIBNP, and they say, oh, wonderful, CIBNP really helped us and we became what we wanted to be. We became published author. CIBNP is responsible. Anyone who doesn't publish the paper, they will blame CIBNP. They will blame that, oh, CIBNP training was not good. Oh, Dr. Tohid was not good enough. Oh, this training was pathetic. Oh, my teachers were not good. Oh, my mentor was given to me wasn't a good mentor. Okay, and what excuses they will give of um, their being unsuccessful in life? Oh, my residency interview was interviewer was very pathetic. He's a bad interviewer. Oh, the residency director was interviewing me was not a good person. Oh, he was biased. Oh, he was racist. Oh, because I'm from XYZ country, he was biased, he was racist. They will blame others for their failures. So the day you stop blaming others and start taking responsibility, your whole life will change, like it changed for me and it changed for others. I was also an irresponsible person. I was the one who was blaming. In my medical school, I was always outside playing with my friends, wasting time, not taking classes. And then in the exam, we always say, oh, this was an unjustified exam. Oh, the examiner didn't like me. I was like this, yes. The examiner didn't like me. How come other people score well? Oh, well, they liked him. Yes, sure, they liked them because they were always in their classes. So they liked them, they knew them. So who is responsible? I was responsible because I was wasting time. It makes me very emotional to tell you guys that please start taking responsibility. Please start taking responsibility. If the life is not giving you the results that you want, that means you have to change the input that you're giving to your life. We were wasting our time, we were wasting our energy playing outside. The life was not giving to us what we wanted. We were not getting good grades. We are failing the exams, not getting good grades, and we are blaming the system, we are blaming the university, we're blaming the professors. The fault was in ourselves. The, our engine was damaged. My engine was damaged. I realized it late, but still on time. And I became successful and achieved so much that a person of my age usually doesn't. Because I got the lesson of responsibility. I said, okay, no blaming. System is not wrong. Exam is not difficult. The same difficult exam comes to everyone. People get gold medals. They get 80%, 90% scores. In medical school, 90% score. Unbelievable. It changed my life when I understood that the problem was me, myself. I was the problem. I was irresponsible. And that's why I was blaming. Irresponsible, failed person always blame others. And I was blaming the system. I was blaming everyone else. When I started taking responsibility, I understood, oh, that was the problem. I was the problem. Now I don't blame anyone because I know if something has to happen, that is me who is going to do that. I'm responsible for my success. Now I don't blame anyone. My whole life changed when I stopped blaming. We blame our parents. We blame our friends, siblings, neighbors, everyone. Oh, I have noisy neighbors. That's why I can't study. I can't finish my paper because I have noisy neighbors. No, you are responsible for it. You could have bought or purchased earplugs and focused on your paper, focused on your exam. You could have moved out. You could have gone to a library, but you don't want to take responsibility. There's no Superman coming. You have to be your Superman. You have to take responsibility, even for the finances. If you don't have money for your exam, you don't have money for matching process for the US residency process. You have to arrange that. Get a job. Stop blaming. Stop blaming the system. Stop blaming your luck. Stop blaming God. So many of us blame God, right? God wants you to take responsibility and then achieve everything with your own hands. He can do miracles, right? But he doesn't want to do miracles. He wants you to learn to take responsibility so that you grow and you become something that you were not before. Okay, very good. Take responsibility and text me so I can connect you with the new group. and promise and resolve to take absolute responsibility, because the chances of your publication are directly proportional to the level of responsibility you take. Under the same circumstances, some people break records while some people break themselves. Those who break records, they are the ones who take responsibility. Those who break themselves, they are the ones who are always blaming others. You will always hear self-made success stories. You will not hear self-made failure stories. You know why? Because failures, they blame somebody else. Although in reality, both are self-made. Successful person is self-made. He became what he become because of his attitude, his responsibility, his action. This person, failure, he became failure because of his actions. Everyone is self-made. Everyone is self-made. Okay, so now for the discussion section, there's a question. For the discussion section, I have chosen 13 RCTs. Am I allowed to refer to these 13 studies, or can I mention other studies? What do you mean? You have to give the reference to these studies. If you have chosen 13 studies in your discussion section, what reference will you put? You will put the same studies as a reference. What are you talking about? Or am I failed to understand the question? Let me know if I'm not able to understand the question correctly. That you have 13 studies in your discussion section and you have explained each study pretty well. Now you want to give a reference in the reference section. You will give these studies as a reference. Anyone else has any question? Sorry, I meant only those 13, or can I mention other studies too? Oh, okay. Yes, if you want, if you find other studies, you can mention other studies, but now change your method section because you're adding more studies. If it's a systematic review, you have to change your method section now because you're adding more studies, and do the same thing, quality appraisal. Check the quality. All the numbers will change now. The screening will change, everything will change. You have to go back. And remember, each of these 13 studies, you know the snowballing approach? Each of these 13 studies can have 50 or 40 references each under each study. Let's say paper number 1, when you open the full paper and you scroll down on that paper, there will be a reference heading in that paper too. And there will be some references, maybe 30, maybe 40, maybe 50. Now you have so many papers available. In each of these 13 papers, you will have like 50 references each. Wow. 650 references total if each paper has 50 references. Hypothetically, I'm talking about. If each paper, let's say, has 50 references and you have 13 papers, how many references you have now? 650 references. That means you have 650 more papers to look at. And people say, oh, I can't find studies. The biggest excuse people give is that, oh, I can't find enough studies. How is it possible? Okay, how many studies did you find? I can only find 5 studies. Okay, open each of these 5 papers and go to the reference section. Each of these paper has now at least 30 papers, 30 references. So how many references now you have? 30 into 5, 150. So you have 150 references. Now, out of those 150, open one and go down again. There is no limit of papers you can find. Unlimited. But I'm asking you to just keep 20 to 150, 20 to 100 references only. That's it. There is no limit of snowballing approach. You can keep doing the snowballing. Am I making sense? Let me give you an example. Let's say, hold on, let me open a full paper as an example, and let's do that exercise right now. Okay, systematic review. PDF. Okay, I'm just searching a full systematic review PDF. Okay. Yes. Look. So this is a systematic review. Okay. BMC. Systematic review and meta-analysis of clinical effectiveness of self-management interventions in Parkinson's disease. So now this is the abstract, right? Results. Abstract comes to an end here. Conclusion. Now the full paper begins here. See that? The full paper begins, introduction. Keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down, and you will see that there are so many references under this paper. And people complain that I can't find references. What a beautiful systematic review, Prisma flow diagram, and everything is there. And use other people's papers as a template for your paper. Learn from them. Now the paper comes to an end. Where is the end? Wow, it's a long paper. Analysis, hold on. It's a long paper. Discussion just starts, okay? Conclusion, yes. So conclusion, this is the conclusion. And then we get the references. Paper number 1, paper number 2, paper number 3, paper number 4. Each of these papers, you can open the full paper and do the same thing. Look at what citations they have used. So don't ever think that there are no papers available. See that? How many papers are available? No excuses left. You cannot say that there are no papers available. Unlimited amount of papers are available. If you are willing to do snowballing approach, you open full paper, go down in each paper and look at the references and open that reference. And now again, do the snowballing. Now remember, while doing snowballing, something can be affected. You know what? That's your inclusion exclusion criteria of timeline. So change that. If you found a very good paper that was published in 1997, for example, but your paper criteria was last 5 years, but you want to add this paper, now what do? Change your inclusion exclusion criteria. Simple. Change your inclusion exclusion criteria. Does it make sense now? Do you think you can handle now? Any other question? Okay. Nusha, do you have any question about your paper? Alina, any question? I saw your paper. Your paper is almost ready, Alina. Tarun, I'll get back to you today, as I told you. I'll get back to you today regarding your paper. And so far, the paper looks really good. Your paper looks really good. I think it's ready, actually, to be very honest. But I'll look at it critically and see if there is something else we can add. Shrinkala, anything you want to add? Anything you want to discuss? Anything you want to ask? Ravi, Venkatesh, anyone still struggling with anything? So everyone promises now that you will take absolute responsibility of your paper, absolute responsibility of your career, absolute responsibility of your match, absolute responsibility of your scores. If you promise it, do this promise to yourself, not just me. Do this promise to your own self. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Always be honest with yourself. Promise that you will change your life. You will change your future, because the future is in your hands by adding more and more publications, working more and more on your CV. The more you do it, the more your CV will become better and the more you will improve. And better your career will be. Add more and more publications. Publication is not a matter of luck. Publications is not a matter of luck. It's a matter of taking action. Very few people do that. IMGs who apply for US residency, very few people do that. I'm glad our students majority does that, because you learn the lesson of responsibility that you have to do it. Just take an action, complete the paper. Guys, remember, once you complete the paper, it's sooner or later it has to be published. You never know which journal, but sooner or later it has to be published. That's why I insist that please finish your paper, because a finished paper means it's a published paper. Sooner or later it has to be published. No power on earth can stop it. If the paper is completed, it has to be a publication. People argue that, oh, even after completing paper, there is no guarantee that the paper will be published. Sooner or later, it has to be published. Just complete it. Trust me, trust my words. Complete it. Sooner or later, it has to be published. Just complete it. Most people don't become published author who don't become published author because they never complete their papers. 99.999% people who become published author, what they did was they just decided to complete their paper. If you complete a paper, it has to be a publication. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yes, definitely. That's why I'm here. Discuss your topic with me. That's why I'm here. I'll make sure you select the right topic and complete the paper so that you publish it. Published paper is 100% publication. We don't know which journal. That's the only thing. We don't know which journal, but it has to be published. Complete it and be willing to improve it after rejection. If a journal rejects it, just improve it, send it to another journal, another journal, another journal. And if you really want 100% publication, submit to an average, below average journal. How can you not have a publication, right? Some people say, oh, how can I make sure that I always get a publication? You don't need to submit to a topmost journal. You need a publication right now, and that's what residency directors are looking for. They're not expecting you to have a publication in Nature Journal, Lancet, New England Journal of Medicine. They're not expecting that. They know this, that you are new. They know this. So stop listening to those people. I have seen so many people misguiding IMGs that, oh, if you don't have a publication in the topmost journal, then your publication will not be counted. All of our students who became published author, majority of them, they match. Why do they match? If residency directors don't consider, for example, curious, for example, a PubMed index journal, any PubMed index journal, then they should have mentioned the name of the journals on ERA's application, but they just mentioned the publication link, the name of the publication, and the link of the Medline or PubMed. Application did not ask you to name the journal there, did not ask the link of a journal, particular journal's name was not there, because they know that you are new graduates. At this stage, only a publication matters. If you get in a great journal, wonderful. If you don't beat yourself up. Don't think bad about yourself. Write it, get it published wherever you can. Try a PubMed index journal wherever you can, and then jump to another paper. And now go for a better journal, because now this time you will have more experience, you will have more knowledge, you will have more skills, you will have more confidence. Sooner or later, you will be publishing in the topmost journals. But please finish the paper and have it published. Look for a PubMed index journal. Doesn't have to be the topmost journal. That's all. So how on earth it will not be published? There are almost 6,000 PubMed index journals. So how can you not publish a paper? Let's say you have an unlimited supply. Let's say you are playing a dartboard game, right? And you have to hit in the center. You have seen the dartboard. In the center, there is a um, red color circle. You have to hit in the center. So let's say you have a dartboard game and you have unlimited supply of the darts. Unlimited supply of the darts. And you keep hitting. Will you not hit some of them in the center? Answer yes or no. If you have unlimited supply of darts and you have a dartboard and you are hitting continuously, and even if you don't look at it, don't you think you will hit some of them in the center? Yes or no? Even by accident, will you hit something in the center? There are 6,000 journals, PubMed index journals, and so many other journals that are not PubMed indexed, but they are Scopus indexed. They are Web of Science indexed. They are authentic, great indexing. So how on earth you will not be a published author? Just complete it, and there are so many list of journals, so many journals, that if one journal rejects it, you just go to a second one. Second rejects it, you go to a third one. Just hitting the dot, hitting the dot. And another secret is every time the paper is rejected, you improve and make some modifications. Change something, make it better, and then submit to a new journal. And see how on earth it will not be published. Do the best thing you can. That's it. Your best job possible for your paper. Do that and see the results. Makes sense? Everyone is clear now, feeling relaxed that yes, you all can publish a paper in a PubMed index journal, in a high index journal. And smaller, low category journals, just Google Scholar or something like that, it's a piece of cake. They will never reject your paper. So if you definitely need a publication, you have those journals too. But stay away from predatory journals. They will charge you a lot, make you crazy. So never ever think that, oh, will my paper be published or not? It's 100% publication if you complete a paper. It's 100% publication. Never ever think that, oh, if I complete my paper, it's still a matter of luck. No, it's not a matter of luck. Once you complete a paper, it has to be published. It's not a matter of luck anymore. So the whole process of writing and publishing is in your hands. You're responsible. It's not a matter of luck. Very good topic, but it can be very rare and very difficult to find topic because it's very narrowed. Remember, the narrower the question, the difficult it is to find papers for systematic reviews and traditional review. The broader the paper, the ideal it is for essay, right? And a little broader, it's ideal for traditional review. And somewhere in the middle is ideal for systematic review and meta-analysis. And the narrower it is for clinical trials. So B is somewhere here. And the more points in a PICO question you bring, the narrower the paper becomes. Watch my videos on research question. Understand research question. Understand finding research gap. Then you will understand how easy it is. It's not that difficult. If you're determined, you understand the concept, you apply the knowledge, you will learn it. And just learn to finish the task given to you, because you finish the paper, it has to be published. There are 6,000 journals, unlimited supply of PubMed index journals. So don't ever think, oh my God, will my paper be published or not? And every other week we see new PubMed index journals coming up in the market. So how on earth you will not get a publication? Just do the best job you can in your paper and make sure English wise it is professionally edited by using a software, and you will learn this during the training. And if possible, send it to a professional editor, and they will improve your English skills, polish your English skills. There's no shame in seeking the help of a professional editor to correct your English errors. All the great scientists around the world who are from other countries but they write papers in English, they use editors. So there's no harm in doing that. So right now I want you to write your paper even in wrong English. Just finish it. We will take care of the English problems later. I want you to finish the paper, that's all. Just finish it. We'll talk about the English issues later, and then we'll polish your paper with English problems. Once that is done, you can use the editor service outside, or you can use CIBNP editing service. It will cost you equal. If you want to do freelance, there are so many freelance editors present on freelance websites, freelance.com, upwork.com. You can hire an editor who will correct your English errors and make your paper spotless with spellings and English errors. So don't worry about it. So many people say, oh, I was not born with English language, my English is weak. It's okay, just complete the paper. Scientifically, it should be perfect. And then for English, send it to editor. And once that is done, now submit to a journal. And let's see if they reject it. Make some more changes, make some more edits, make it prettier, submit to second journal, and submit to third journal. Eventually, it will be published. It's impossible it will not be published. And you also have the fast publishing option. You also have a fast publishing option through the channel. And with channel, publication is still not guaranteed if you haven't done a great job. So make sure you do the best job you can. And if there are deficiencies, that's why we are here. Our team is here. We will tell you what are the changes that you need to make in your paper. Journal team will tell you what are the changes you need to make if you want the paper to be considered for publishing. No sloppy work. Just do the best you can. If you do the best you can, it will not be rejected. If you do the best you can, it has to be published. By the way, if you complete it, it has to be published. But if you want to publish in a good journal, do the best you can, as spotless as possible. And look at other people's papers, published papers. Use them as a template. Papers published in the top tier journals like New England Journal of Medicine, Nature, JAMA, Lancet. Look at their paper. Look at the headings they have used. Look at how big their paper were. How many paragraphs they used in their papers, how many headings they used, how many subheadings they used, how many tables and figures they used, how many references they used. Just use it as a template. The best way to succeed in life is emulate a successful person. So to get a paper published is to look at the best journals papers, emulate your paper accordingly, use the same amount of references, same amount of paragraphs, same number of headings, same number of tables, same number of figures, similar kind of words in the title, equal length of title. Everything structure looks the same. And even now, if you submit to a low category journal, they cannot reject it because your paper will be of a quality of the topmost journal. Q3, Q4 journals, you will learn all this. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. If your paper is of quality of the highest journal quality and you submit to Q2 journals, they will easily accept it. Easily. Why would they reject it? They're always looking for the best kind of paper. And if you have used one of the best papers as a template, so always keep a paper, fully published paper, print out in front of you, right next to you when you're working on your paper. So you know exactly this is how your paper will look like. If you're not looking at it, you will not be able to produce it. I have seen so many of our students who write papers, when they look at other people's papers as template, they produce wonderful paper. Those who don't, they will have something missing. So always look at other people's papers as a template. Nature will give you the exact same results if you do exactly the same thing what other people have done. See what vocabulary they have used, what difficult terminologies they have used. Emulate the style. It could be any specialty paper. If you're writing a psychiatry paper and you're looking at a cardiology paper, that's fine because you're just looking at the style. That's it. Every paper could be of different style, so it's okay whatever paper you choose as a template. And you decide, okay, this will be my template. These will be my headings. Introduction, I'll call it as a background. I'll not call it as introduction. Okay. Or method section, I'll call it as methodology. And I will have 5 paragraphs in my discussion section. Or I will have 17 paragraphs in my discussion section. I will have 4 paragraphs in method section, 5 paragraphs in results section, 2 paragraphs or 1 paragraph in conclusion. Just see what people are doing and do it. How you will not get the same results. And people argue that, oh, I have written a paper, still there is no surety my paper will be published or not. How on earth is not possible? If you have written the best paper with the template of other people's successful papers, and you have made it a best paper in terms of presentation, and your topic is ideal, your research question is wonderful, you have answered the research question wonderfully well, and you will learn all this during the training, how on earth it will not be published? Yes, we don't know if it will be published in the topmost journal or not. There is a lot of competition in the topmost journal, so there's no guarantee on that. There's no guarantee in any, we don't know any journal which will publish it. But I mean, we don't know any journal that will publish it. We don't know. But who will but some journal will definitely publish it. So complete paper is the published paper. I have said that before last year as well, and I've been repeating it again and again. Complete paper means a published paper. So just promise yourself to complete it. It has to be published. Okay. Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure talking with you today. If you have any question, you have my number. We'll see each other again next week, or possibly another session this week. If I have time, I'll do that. And you have any question, you have my number. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And anyone's question, if I haven't answered, just send me a text message. Okay, have a good day. Thanks a lot.